Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Crikey, look at my skin. Blotchy. So hilarious. Okay, well, let's get going. Let's get ready to rumble. Are we ready to go? Who's joining me today while we get sorted? So I've got a very blotchy face because I used some skin cream yesterday that I shouldn't have used. And it's left me in a bit of a bit of a weird one. That'll teach me for not reading labels, and that's what we should be doing, reading some labels. All right, who's coming in? Morning, Julia. Right, we need to sort that mail out, don't we? What's going on there? Morning, Donna. Morning, Sophie. Morning, Jill. Good to see you. So yeah, okay, tip of the day, do not ever use a face cream unless you know what is in the face cream. My neighbour gave me some face cream to use, and I put it on. Look at the blotches on my face. And talk about skin itching. So since menopause, I found I became allergic to quite a few things. I never used to have any allergies or anything like that, but I do tend to get those a lot easier. And it is a fact that you can become more susceptible to allergies when you are during and post-menopausal. So our hormones change and our skin or our body reaction is totally different now. So so then I popped a Piriton pill, which knocked me out because it was a drowsy one and I didn't think it was. So doing yoga with Donna last night was fun. I was particularly relaxed, wasn't it, Donna? And then so it's like that's the warning of the day. And something else that I noticed, I mean, I'm so sluggish and lethargic today after the Piriton pill, is that these, it is a fact that, you know, some medications that we take do slow our bodies down, and Piriton is one of those as well, because it obviously is supposed to calm everything down in your body. So I'll be moving around a bit like a sloth today. I think I feel away. That's the way I feel. So clearly, it's okay for you laughing. It's clearly it's not going to be a big calorie burn a day. So this is why some medications can create weight gain. It's not because of what's in them. It's a reaction that you have on your body that is suppressing, making you feel tired, so you don't move around quite so much. But you'll know when you are using a medication like that. Relax PT later. I'll be bouncing back by then. I did have to have another one before I went to bed because I hadn't got anything else in and it was on fire. So yeah, do not use retinol if you've never used it before. I didn't even know. I just pick up and go, oh, what's this? Let's try that one then. Don't do it. So let's have a look at the other things today. We're looking at habits that may have crept in or that you haven't registered that might be doing a bit of sabotaging with stuff. So we look at picking whilst cooking. Who does that? Picking whilst cooking. It's when you rush in. I'm one that I often don't eat with the rest of the family because we all eat at different times when we come in at night. Because of the fact that we're all ravenous when we come in. But if I was to wait and to push myself out to have to eat with the rest of them, I'd definitely be picking while I'm cooking because I'd have ate my whole meal. And it happened yesterday whilst I was doing something, but I was aware that, I was guilty. Yeah, I was aware that I was doing it. So I did just put a smaller portion on my plate, and I'm thinking, crikey, you know, that's how much that you have picked during the whole meal, you know, so you're in effect eating double meals by the time you've put the food on the plate. So picking while cooking. And the other one is pouring wine while cooking the tea. And I saw a program with this on the other week, and there's a lot of that about, and pouring wine, drinking wine while cooking the tea. So that one, get rid of that. If you are going to have a glass of wine, then you Drink water, put all your water. This is right. Little pickers wear big knickers. You're so right. My son used to shout that at me all the while when he'd see me doing it in the kitchen. Little pickers. I thought, gosh, that's Adam. He's the one that's in America now. He'd do it all the while to me when he was little. Yeah, pouring wine while cooking the tea. Drink your water while cooking the tea. And if you are someone who likes a wine with your meal, then, you know, it's one glass with your meal. Goblets of wine. Are your goblets getting bigger and bigger as well? That's another one which isn't on my list, but, you know, that happens, doesn't it? Remember, I think we've all been to the pub how many years ago, and when the measures were totally different then, weren't they? The measures were like a 125 ml of wine. Do you remember that? How we'd all be drinking that. Now look at the size of the wine. Are they 250 ml? They're double, at least double, 275, some of them. I mean, you can see, can't you, why things of it, why we're in the state of world that we are with, you know, obesity and different things occurring, and so because the portion sizes have gone up, which again, another thing is, if you are someone that does go to the garage and buys, like on the way to work, something, you can't get a 125 anymore. No, you can't. If you are someone that goes to the garage, buys a bar of chocolate, again, do you remember back when you would have a bar of chocolate, a Mars bar that big? Now it's that big, and then you get the duo bars as well. So just look at those. That there is nothing wrong with treating yourself occasionally to, or have it, I hate the word treat. There's nothing wrong occasionally with having something like that. But look at the size that we're choosing compared to what we did have. Look at the size of the crisps. The size of the crisps used to be this big for a bag. I can't remember, 30 grams, I think it was. Now what are they that we're picking up? So is it any, you know, any guesswork why we are, you know, eating differently? The size of the packets of biscuits, gosh, everything, anything that, you know, you might have allowed yourself when you, or your parents bought you when you were younger, are just totally different to what we're eating now, the sizes that are on offer now. So look at that. Always go for a small one. I think like measured things like a fudge, a flake, you know, the small ones that were, even those are bigger than what we used to have though. So again, you know, look at that. Not looking at food labels is another one. If you are someone that does eat processed food every now and again, check your food labels, because the food labels that are on there, you know, we know that there's a lot of foods that are highly addictive. They put highly addictive substances in them as well. So we've gone before over fructose corn syrups and different oaths on the end of things like that. So look into your food labels. Make sure that it's made it quite simple now with the traffic light system, but it's not just about that. It's about the additives that are in that are making you want to eat more. They are especially in the processed yogurts that are flavored yogurts and ice cream. They're especially in those. So try and eliminate those strawberry yogurts and things like that, and go for your natural Greek yogurts. They're the ones that you've got to do. Watching TV and snacking. Being led by a TV ad. You know, you sat there watching the TV, it comes to a break, and, you know, Pringles wants you to pop, you just can't stop, and you're off to the kitchen. Are you led by TV and the snacking and the TV ads? So let's watch out for that one. Here's one: finishing other people's leftovers. You didn't want anything from the takeout, but if you leave something for me, I'll eat it. Who does that one? You know, and we've all had to go at that probably. I don't want anything. No, don't want anything. And then you just think, well, I'll just have that little bit. But you've already made provision for your own tea. So now you've ate double. So Easter's coming. Love a hot cross bun? Have a hot cross bun. I love a hot cross bun too. But you have a hot cross bun as part of your meal. So I always have a hot cross bun and a banana on the side, or have it as part of a meal, so that like there's a couple of 100 calories in a hot cross bun. If you add butter, then you're going to put another like 80 calories on, something like that. So you're probably looking about 320 calories on is for something like that. We'll round it up and put banana on and make it a proper meal. So yeah, I do. And this is it. Don't deny myself the odd piece of cake or something like that. And if it's a birthday, but I make it like that's a meal, because you can't, it does fill you up. It's full of saturated fats. It does fill you up. It is full of sugar. But at the end of the day, it also, because it spikes your blood, then you are often hungry quicker after. So you just eat a lighter but really good quality protein meal later in the day for your tea. So there's where, you're not, when nobody's asking you to give up things, but you've just got to factor it in that it is going to take you over and beyond your calorie counts, your actual calories for the day. Even if you're not a counter, it'll take you over if you are having that extra on top of your dinner. So look at what you're doing with that. You can have you can have food. Don't like to make a habit of things like that, is like eliminating one meal to have a piece of cake, because obviously you're not going to get the right nutrition in if you're doing that frequently. But every now and again, that's how you fit in what you really do, fancy occasionally. Obviously not skipping meals. This is another one. Skipping meals and then you eat double at night time, because mentally you say to yourself, oh, well, I haven't ate all day today. I haven't had a chance, been so busy on the run at work. And then so mentally you get to the evening and you eat a bigger plate of meal, and then someone says, do you fancy a drink? Yeah, I've had nothing. I can't have touched my calories today. So yeah, I'll have a drink as well. And I'll have that dessert because I've had nothing today. Again, gosh, how often have I heard that one as I've been out with, as I've been out and observed the way that people eat. So overloading the plate, smaller plates every single time. Another one, if you've been brought up to clean your plate, finish your plate, don't do it. Why do it? Just put less on your plate to start with. You can also always eat another meal in a couple of hours. It hasn't got to be. And also, you can also freeze it down, put half on your plate, keep half, freeze it down. Also recognize when you're feeling full though, because certain times when you've left it till you're starving and you've put half on the plate, it can happen, can't it, that you think, oh, halfway through this tastes so lovely, I'm going to go up and get the other half now, and you haven't even finished that half, but you've just thought, right, I'm going to go and get some more, I'm going to go and put some more on the plate, this is nice, off you go, put some more on the plate, but you don't really need it. So I always say, do eat what's on your plate, smaller portion, and if you want to go and have another meal within an hour and a half, you can do it. It doesn't matter. Obviously, if you're in work, it's more difficult, but you won't need it then because you're distracted. So you've had your lunch, leave it there. So eating on the move, doing that, we have to do it sometimes. Don't make habits out of it, because again, you're not conscious of how much you're eating. So don't do that. Eating your food too quickly, again, you're not conscious of what you're eating. So wait till you have got time to do it. Do have like a banana and a 6 nuts to tide you over, instead of waiting and instead of like shoveling everything down, because again, it won't register that you've ate, and you'll go back and think, actually, I didn't really eat that much, and you don't recognize how much you have ate, how many calories you've had. And eating on the move, we often pick the wrong choices when we go to Costa or stuff like that. So, just have your emergency banana in your handbag with like a handful of 6 or 7 nuts. Remember, nuts are good for you, but not in vast amounts, because they are really high in calories. This is one that drives me insane. Are you someone that is still searching for the quick fix? are you listening to people that turn around and say, I'm on this diet? Or you think, why don't you try this diet? I'm on this. Have you tried this pill? Have you tried this supplement? Have you tried this drink? I'm going to do a juice fast this week. I'm going to do, all that does is cause appetite irregulation, wasting money. You're making someone else rich. You know, I could be doing it myself. I could have been a lot more, I could have been a lot wealthier with the products that people have offered me to sell in the past. And I'm like, no, because it's pointless. It's pointless. All I'm doing is leading people down the wrong rabbit hole. So I'm not going to do it, and I don't care. But I probably could have been retired a lot earlier if I'd have done it. So leave those fads alone. This is the way to do it. I mean, there are things out there now, and you know, it's getting ridiculous. I actually thought, because I don't get any on my Instagram, I don't look for these things, so I never get these fad stuff. But I was talking about it this morning. There's some, you know, and I am aware of some things that are coming through and I'm not even going to speak about them yet, because it's driving me mad about these things that are doing. And the young girls are trying to lose weight fast with some really dangerous things that are out there, and it's the wrong message that we're sending. And I thought that we were becoming a much better culture at the moment, with girls wanting to build, get fitter. It's on my Instagram, I've seemed to have lots of young girls that want that, which maybe that's because they're starting to follow what I say and follow that as well. But that's the type of people that I see on mine. And that's the right way, that we get fitter. We're trying to build up. We're trying to build up our muscles to get stronger. And that's what we need to do. We need to encourage that with people. If anyone mentions faddy stuff to you, you kick it out of the ballpark, because it's not a quick fix. Some of these things they're mentioning, you know, are like, you know, that you do this, and they don't realize that once you stop doing that, that you put the weight back on. It isn't a permanent thing. You've got to change the type of food that you're eating. Full stop. That is it. You've got to do all this that I'm saying. You can have your cake and eat it, but you've got to do exactly the type of stuff that I've just said, how to allow that into your week, not into a day, into your week. So another one, finally, we've got thinking you can out-train a bad diet. You've ate your bar of chocolate, so you're going to get on the cross trainer, or you're going to go walking around to out-train a bad diet. Well, you can't, because you won't, because that diet, again, you'll continue to do that, and you won't be able to get out and work out, for one, and do that 100. You won't be able to eliminate that packet of biscuits that you've had. It'll take a good hour on a cross trainer to eliminate like a few biscuits, I think. So each biscuit, say a digestive biscuit, is 85 calories, I think it is. So 3 biscuits, you know, are going to, you can burn about 100 calories if you are going at it really hard on a cross trainer in 10 minutes. So look how much that's going to make you. You're going to have to really do high intensity, push fast to get 300 calories off. And then what you're going to do then? Probably go and eat some more biscuits. So don't bother even doing that. You've got to adjust on both sides, not just one. You've got to adjust we need to lose a pound of body fat a week. You need to have a 3,500 calorie deficit by the end of the week. So you do that by upping the exercise a little bit and reducing the food bit. So you are meeting that 500 calories just in one way. If you try and do it in exercise, all that does is start to raise your appetite levels, because your body's going like, what the hell? So you do it in both, in moderate, but when you're working out, you work hard, but you aren't you are keeping the food to a certain amount as well. So you're not starving yourself, because you won't have decent workouts if you starve yourself. And you're not doing excessive silly exercise, because again, you'll be too tired to continue that on and on and on. So there you have it. If you're recognizing any of those might be creeping in, then let's stop it now. Nip it in the bud right there. Let's do that. Yeah, supersized snacking, picking leftovers. Yeah. Great reminders and so much guilt. Don't feel guilty. Get rid of the guilt. We don't want guilt. Let's get rid of those negative emotions. This is all about feeling good because we know what we should be doing now. We know. So there you go. Let's have a great day. All right. I'm going to try and shake this lethargy. See you later. Have a good one.